Okay, so YouTube. They're always, changing things up, aren't they?
Always something new.
And their latest BrandCast 2025 event, well, they dropped a whole bunch of announcements. Feels like a real peek into where the platform's headed.
Absolutely. It covered a lot of ground AI and ads, a big focus on TV screens, podcasts getting more official.
Yeah, and shorts too, right? Still growing like crazy.
Definitely. So it gives us a pretty clear picture of their priorities, I think.
For sure. So, that's what we're going to do in this deep dive. Let's try and make sense of it all.
Yep. Unpack what it means for, you watching at home and for the advertisers.
Exactly. Highlight the really interesting bits, the potentially game-changing stuff. We know you want to get the key info without getting bogged down, so let's distill it.
Sounds good. Where should we start that AI ad thing?
Yeah, let's jump into that. Peak points. It's already causing a bit of a stir.
Right. Peak points. So the basic concept is they're using artificial intelligence, AI, to scan the videos.
To find what exactly?
To find moments where viewers are likely feeling, strong emotions. Yeah, high engagement moments.
Yeah. Emotional pics. And then?
And then they place an ad right at that point.
Ah, okay. The logic, I guess, from YouTube's side is that if you're already feeling something strongly...
You're more receptive, more engaged.
Yeah, maybe more likely to pay attention to the ad, or it'll resonate more. Maximum promotional resonance, I think they called it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets a little, well, controversial, perhaps.
Right. Because are they just catching you when you're engaged, or are they potentially catching you when you're, vulnerable?
That's the core question, this idea of emotional targeting using AI.
Mm.
It raises some eyebrows.
Mm-hmm. They gave that example, didn't they? About, a dating app ad showing up during a really intense emotional moment in a video.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine watching something really moving, maybe sad or incredibly uplifting, and then suddenly an ad pops up trying to leverage that feeling.
It feels a bit calculated, maybe? Potentially manipulative?
It's definitely a fine line. And the tech behind it is apparently quite detailed. It's not just looking for action sequences.
No. What else?
The AI analyzes the actual video frames, the visuals, but also the transcripts, the words being spoken.
Wow. Okay, so it's trying to understand the context of the emotion.
Precisely. To pinpoint those highs, whether they're happy, sad, exciting, whatever.
And this isn't just theory, right? It's actually happening.
It's in beta testing now, with plans for a wider rollout. So, yeah, you might start seeing this relatively soon.
Okay, something to watch out for. Now, sticking with ads, but a different angle, cultural moments sponsorships. What's that about?
This one's a bit more straightforward, I think. It lets advertisers basically align their brand with big cultural events.
Like the Oscars. Or the World Cup, stuff like that.
Those moments when lots of people are talking about the same thing, watching related content.
So advertisers can sort of sponsor that conversation on YouTube, essentially. Yeah. Place their ads within that context. The goal is, again, relevance. Tapping into what people already care about right then.
Makes sense. Okay, so shifting from those new ad types, let's talk connected TV. CTV, they're putting a lot of energy here.
They really are. And, well, it's understandable. They keep pointing out they're the biggest streaming service in the U.S.
Right. So the TV screen is prime real estate.
Definitely. And they're pushing this immersive design for their masthead ads on TV. You know the masthead ads? Big ones at the top of the homepage.
Yeah, the invisible ones.
Right. So on CTV, they're making them animated, full width, designed to really grab your attention on that bigger screen. More visually engaging.
Okay, more immersive ads. But they're also testing shoppable TV.
Yes. This is interesting. The idea is pretty simple. You're watching YouTube on your TV, you see an ad, maybe even something featured in the video later on.
And you can buy it right there.
With your remote control. Click, click, buy. That's the concept they're testing.
Huh. So turning the TV into more of a direct shopping channel, in a way. It certainly bridges that gap between viewing and purchasing. It points to CTV being a huge area for growth in ads and maybe even e-commerce for them. More interaction, more potential transactions.
Right. Okay. Now, something that maybe flies under the radar a bit for some people, podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah, but the scale is actually huge now. They dropped the stat. Podcasts on YouTube get over 1 billion views a month.
Wow. 1 billion views per month?
Per month, yeah. So clearly a lot of people are already listening to or watching podcasts there.
So it's not just music videos and cats anymore.
Not for a while now. And to lean into this, they're launching their own official YouTube podcast chart.
Ah, okay. Like music charts, but for podcasts on their platform.
Exactly. It serves a couple of functions, presumably.
Yeah.
One, it highlights the top performers. It
Mhm.
gives them visibility.
Good for creators.
And two, for listeners, it should make discovery easier. Help you find new podcasts you might like within YouTube itself.
Makes sense. Formalizing that whole ecosystem. Okay, and the last big piece, shorts. Can't forget shorts.
Definitely not. The numbers just keep climbing. Shorts viewing is up 20% year over year.
20%. Still, wow.
Still, and get this, 70% of YouTube channels are now posting shorts.
70%. So almost everyone's doing it now.
It seems that way. It's become a really integrated part of the platform for creators.
But here's the kicker, the money part. I saw something about shorts monetization.
Yes, this is a big one.
Yeah.
In the US, shorts are now apparently earning as much per watch hour as the traditional long-form videos.
Really? Per watch hour? That's parity.
Pretty much, which is a huge deal. It means that short-form content is becoming just as viable commercially for creators on the platform.
That validates the whole short strategy, doesn't it? Shows there's real opportunity there.
Absolutely. It underlines how important short-form is now, both for engagement and for the bottom line.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. Pulling it all together from BrandCast 2025.
We've got YouTube pushing AI into ad placements with peak points, potentially targeting emotions.
Right, and also letting brands sponsor cultural moments.
Then there's the big focus on connected TV, making ads more immersive, even shoppable.
Mm-hmm. And acknowledging the massive growth of podcasts by launching an official chart.
And finally, Shorts, continuing its huge growth, and crucially, reaching monetization parity with long-form video in the US.
It's quite a mix. Feels like they're really trying to leverage tech and, well, cultural trends to keep people engaged and make advertising more effective, or at least more targeted.
Definitely a dynamic period, using AI, user behavior, cultural relevance. It's all feeding into how they shape the platform.
Yeah. Which leaves us with something for you, the listener, to think about, right?
Go for it.
How is all this going to change how you use YouTube? These AI-driven ads showing up at emotional peaks, podcasts becoming more prominent. How might that shift your viewing or listening?
And maybe the bigger picture, too.
Yeah.
What does this increasing reliance on AI for ad placement and content experience mean for online video generally? Where's that balance between better engagement and, well, potential manipulation?
Yeah. Definitely something to mull over as this stuff starts rolling out. Food for thought for the future of our screens.